Welcome back folks to the 9.12 recommended mods and XVM settings video for the tanks. Now as always, I'll demonstrate what the mods look like and sound like before I show you where you can find these mods and how to install them. Now if you already know how to install XVM or mods into World of Tanks, then I have a good gameplay of the T10 heavy tank for you, the revamped IS-8. So watching this video is not totally pointless. But here we go. I'm at the bottom right, so let's demonstrate all the mods I use for the garage. At the top left, I have a ping bar for the server latency. So this tells you if you're lagging or not. This number is basically the milliseconds of lag you have. If it's red, it's bad. If it's yellow, it's okay. If it's green, then it's good. So if it's red, go beat up somebody who's stealing your internet. So yeah, you have the number of players on the server next to you. So tells you to go to the better server with more players. You have the date and time on the top right. You also have locks for your gold and free XP. And what these do is prevent you from accidentally using your gold or free XP, which is very handy. So here is a quick demonstration. As you can see, I have an LTTB and I have the T54 lightweight in research, but I have no free XP, global free XP to be used on the LTTB. That's because I have to lock on the free XP tab. So unlock it and ta-da, I have the free XP available to be used. So this is very handy for unlocking stuff and prevents you from accidentally using your resources like gold or free XP. Credits is just credits, whatever. Credits are not that important. So yeah, very handy, convenient. I like it. You have different stuff with XVM. So XVM gives you more options with the garage, such as sending your crews, like dropout crews. That's a new option to be chosen. And put your own crew, put the best crew, put the same class crew, put the previous crew. So very handy, right? So put own crew. You also have this automatically return crew button. So what this do is return the previous crew you use on this vehicle. It's very handy for premium tanks because they do not need a crew of their own. So basically for the IS-6, I was using the KV-2's crew, I believe. And there you go, ta-da! The last crew I use is automatically returned to this tank. Very handy. So prevent you from like clicking and choosing and yada yada yada. Takes a long time. There you go. So very handy tools with XVM. Also XVM gives you the actual stats of the tanks based on your crew skills and equipments. So here you can see the T10 heavy tank. It has more view range than the paper view range because the vents. So vents give it 8 more meters of view range. And you can see the actual gun reload time based on the gun rammer and the crew skills and whatever. So yeah, XVM modify all the stats so you can see the actual stats of the tank rather than the paper stats. You can also see the hidden stats, the soft stats of the tanks by right clicking or just mousing over. So you can see the different stats, but if you mouse over the vehicles, you can see the gun elevation and depression. You can see the terrain resistance, the power to weight ratio, all the soft stats, or most of the soft stats, other than the gun handling characteristics. So very handy. Here you can see the carousel has more stats for the vehicles, such as the win percent chance on that particular vehicle, the number of battles fought, the efficiency. Actually, this is the average damage of this vehicle, so it's not the efficiency rating. If it's blue, then you do more damage. If it's green, you do about 1000 damage. So yada yada yada. Stats wise, you have filters for the carousel, so it's more convenient for you because you can choose between premium tanks with no mastery badge. There you go, very handy. You can choose like if you want to play with friends of tier 7s or tier 9s or more. Yeah, very handy tool. I love it. It makes life so much simpler. Oh, it's great. And lastly, with XVM, you can see your stats if you care about it. Go to your service record and go to vehicles and wait a little bit, and you can see all the stats your general stats right here. You can see how efficiency ratings of different vehicles are calculated. So basically play tanks that you're purple in to get better stats, or you can play like crappy tomatoes, such as I'm playing the freaking FTBS tier 2, gross. So a bunch of stuff for you to analyze your strength and weaknesses in order for you to play a little bit better. But that's all the garage stuff. It's pretty interesting. Makes you feel that World of Tanks is rather lacking in some features, important features, but makes life a whole lot simpler. And here's a good demonstration of the in-game battle screen with a T10 heavy tank. And here is a good demonstration of all the mods I've been using for the tanks. So this is the loading screen. It contains a lot of personal stats, like the win percent chance, the efficiency ratings, and the battles fought with this player. So a bunch of stats heavy analysis of both teams. You also have the overall win percent chance and battle tier on the top. So stats heavy analysis before the battle begins. Here is the user interface. You have the stats on both sides for the teams. You have an XVM modified minimap on the bottom right. So if you press left control, it brings up the minimap for more convenient use of clicking. You can see that the players are color coded based on their skills. So if you're leaned more towards the red side or the infrared side, they're tomatoes or not that good players. If they're leaning towards the ultraviolet side, they're unicoms, so they're pretty goddamn good. So that's how color codes go for the name. But you can see the blue line, which is your barrel pointed direction. That's where your gun barrel is pointed towards. The blue circle is your view range. The yellow circle is the maximum view range of all tanks in the game. So if they have binoculars or coded optics, they might be able to spot you anywhere inside this yellow circle. And the red circle is a draw distance. So it was a red square, but they changed it to a red circle now. So interesting enough. Also, take notice of the gun sounds, the engine sounds, as well as the hit sounds of different vehicles during this battle, because I modified all the stuff with the sounds, also modified the crosshairs and 6th sense. So take notice of all of those. But here we go. We're playing the tier 9 T10 heavy tank, the Russian tier 9 heavy tank before the IS-7, the revamped IS-8. This is a very pretty tank. I love it. It looks even better now with the Dushka and the canvas and the searchlights and stuff. Very pretty tank. But notice the different purring of the engines.
Move out.
Alright. This tank is actually more viable now because they buffed the armor. So that's good. Notice the up sound of the shell loading. So different sound mods are used to make this game more enjoyable. Man, that bulldog is fast. Sneaky little bugger. Yeah, AMX-30 is not that fast. Same goes for the E50. But take notice of the different gun sounds when shooting, as well as artillery splash sounds if you can hear it. Also the hit sounds when you're getting shot.
Permission to engage. Enemy armor is hit. Target unlocked.
Yeah, this is a bigger gun. Take notice that I have a different crosshair, so it looks more, not retro, but rustic. That's a good word. So, rustic, old feeling of a crosshair. Not the advanced, laser Tron-ish, neon sign like a crosshair. No, not like that. So more rustic feeling. The AMX-30 thinks he have turret armor, but he doesn't. Does have gun depression though, so I guess that's good. Oh, missed. So, did you notice that? That was artillery splash sound. Because none of those tanks shot, so that was artillery. Did you hear that the shell hits the IS-6 and makes a creaking sound? That's a modified sound mod. I love it. It's rustic. It's realistic feeling towards it. It feels weighty. It feels nice. But there's only 5 degrees of gun depression in this vehicle, so all down is not that viable with it. Yep.
Target acquired.
Oh.
Where'd they go?
AMX CDC.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Side shade.
Penetration.
Have a WZ-131. We're safe from artillery, so that's nice.
Ready to fire. Enemy armor is destroyed.
Yak Panther, camping, got spotted.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Yeah, the sound mods, the gun sounds, the engine sounds, the hit sounds makes everything feel more realistic, which is great. But if you have a better computer, everything looks even prettier, so it feels more realistic. But my computer is garbage, so I have to make do with the sound mods, but still decent enough.
Penetration.
Now, there are 2 versions of good gun sounds and engine sounds. So one is the famous Gnome Fathers that I've been using for a long time, and the other one is also the famous Craig Streetler's historical gun sounds. So those 2 guys are the main modders for the sounds, and I highly recommend you choosing either one. But you can mix and match and whatever. That penetrated the turret. Might be the coaxial machine gun port. Might be. Just turning the gun around. Now that is a different custom skin mod for the T-30 I have. So older tanks without the HD remodel has custom skins, or some of them have custom skins. But yeah, has the Punisher logo on the turret. Keep up.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Okay. So yeah, with the sound mods, with the gun sounds, the engine sounds, with the crosshairs, and the modifications to this game with XVM, I feel it's more enjoyable because the regular tanks sound like mopeds or lawnmowers. It just doesn't feel wavy of a tank. It feels like a, go-kart. Ugh. But yeah, it does help. Also, the XVM mods helps with analyzing the battlefield. So I wasn't sure of going down this road because of the object. This object 704 is pretty decent of a player, so I was scared, and that's why I was holed up right here. But we're going to take care of this VK, spotted somewhere over here. There he is. Now, did you see that gold splash of the shell? You might have noticed it earlier, but if you're using gold or APCR shells, or if you're using heat shells, it will splash differently than normal AP. So basically, if you're using APCR, it will splash silver with the silver particles. If you're using heat shells, it will splash gold. That way you can tell if somebody's using gold on you, or if somebody's also shooting gold a lot. But just be wary. I'm not using the hit log for World of Tanks XVM because I believe that's cheating, where it tells you who's shooting at you with what shell. I don't like that. I think that's cheating. So, as you can see right there, the Charioteer has the L7 Royal Ordnance gun. It fires APCR as the standard ammo, and that's why it splashed silver onto my hull. So you can tell who is using high penetration rounds and whatnot. And there you can see a different 6th Sense icon. I will also tell you how to change that, customize it. But that's a good demonstration of all the mods I've been using. Also, lastly, take notice of all the hits I made. So this is your damage calculation tab right here. It's good for personal missions where you have to do a certain amount of damage. Yeah, there are all the mods that modify your game. It makes it more enjoyable. So here's how to install all of them. And here's how to add all those mods into water tanks. Now before you start modifying your water tanks folder, always back up your files. You do not want to re-download the game again if you misdelete some sort of files or misplay something. It will take the whole day to re-download the game or figure out what the hell is going on. So always back up your files to go back towards the blank slate you have. So the most important files you need to have a backup copy of is the audio folder from your res. So go to res and make sure you have a copy of this audio folder. It's very important because we're making different sound mods. Alright, we're modifying the sounds. So this audio folder is getting tweaked a little bit. So make sure you have a backup copy of it. It's very important. And once you have that, we need 2 files to download all the mods into water tanks for all the mods you just seen. So very important 2 files or 2 websites. The first website is Aslain's XVM mod pack. I've been using this since the dawn of time. He's an awesome dude. He puts every mod into one convenient bundle. Support this guy. He's awesome. So he does a lot of stuff. So go to aslain.com. Go to English forums. Or if you speak Polish, okay. But once you click, it takes a little bit of time because everybody's downloading mods. Bum 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 ba-da-dum bum bum. Holy crap. Okay, there we go. Go to downloads, the important info. Click on this one right here. And click direct or whatever. So download this file. But there's a lot of options with it. So I'll tell you which one to choose and which one does what. I'll explain everything. Once you download this file, also download from Craig Stribler's gun sounds and engine sound. I've been using his, so it's very good. He has a lot of sounds and engine sounds and hit sounds. So go to his website. I'll post both websites into the description of this video. So click on it, go to download. Click on download. Go to engines. So open new tab, go to gun sounds and hit sounds. So download this one, the hit sounds, download the engine sound, and download the gun sounds. You can tweak with the ambient sounds, but this is how to do all the mods I have just shown you. Alright, I did not have the ambient sounds, so you can play with it yourself, but make sure you back up your files. Alright, just do that. Once you have everything, you should have 2 files. So minimize this one and go to mods. So you should have these 3 files, which are the sound mods, and you have Aslain's XVM mod pack. The latest one is 12.3 or 9.12.3. So run as admin first. So here's how you do it. Yes, make sure, because it's modifying your water tanks folder. So just to be sure, English. Yes, run. Bum 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 ba-da-dum bum bum. But Aslain is such an awesome guy. He packs everything into one, so you don't have to go looking for like a crosshair mod and looking for an engine sound mod into different places. Just like he combines everything into one, which is great. I love it. So enable, preview, yada yada, introduction, notes, the changes he made. Next, water tanks folder. Next. Alright, here we go. All the settings, and I'll describe everything and explain it. So color scheme is your color scheme. If you're color blind, you can use like blue versus red or something, but I've been using red versus green all the time. Vehicle contour icons. Now these are the small icons for each vehicle. Now a lot of players or a lot of modders have modified their own icons, such as with special, symbols and special icons, all fancy and stuff. But for me, I'm a simple guy. I use the default. It's simple. I don't need fancy stuff. The default icons are decent enough. Add the names next to it, so it's good. Now, what is over the target markers? This is basically mascara for the name. So as you can see, it has more mascara next to the name, makes it more fancy, strong shadow, weak shadow, You don't need that stuff. No makeups. We don't need makeups. It's convoluted. It's overrated. So it makes a lot of the icons or text more pretty. So based on your stuff, you can read through everything. But the more stuff you have, the slower your computer will run. So in my opinion, you don't need all of that stuff. Just uncheck everything. You don't need it. All right. So you want to have the server ping at the login screen. It tells you your latency. You want to have the server info. That's the number of players. Holy crap, EU has a lot of players compared to North America. Damn it. All right. You can choose whichever fits your fancy, but just keep it simple. Here is the XVM icons for the battle loading screen. So click on this one to have the XVM logo show up. It's slightly tricky because you can use it to see who on the opponent's teams are using XVM. And you can use that to your advantage, such as some tomatoes are not using XVM, so they're not as good or something like that. But you can, small details. It's not that important, but I like it. So click on Roman tier numbers for the vehicle icons. Yeah, nice. Show class, yada yada yada. Simple battle loading screen with vehicles names. So it tells you a lot of stats without being super advanced. Holy crap, that's super advanced. We don't need it. So normal, simple tab. If you press the tab button. Alright, I don't have a clan, so clan icons if you feel like it, but more stuff is more convoluted. You don't need it. So nope. Start mode. So large PP. Default, keep it default. Default, transparency, default. Now, what is this? Is this asterisk means that when vehicles pop up on the main screen, it shows an asterisk next to their name. So if there's a lot more multiples of the same vehicle, such as a platoon of IS-6, you can see which particular IS-6 is displayed with this asterisk button. So that's quite handy for multiple copies of different vehicles. Alright, display squad, that's for the platoon thingy majig they added. The dynamic platoon, that's what they call it, whatever. At the advanced panel for the stats, you have the medium panel, the default, yada yada yada, yada yada yada. You don't need too much stuff. Alright, here's the important stuff. You need to have a turquoise line with dots for the camera direction. So this is good for taking cheeky shots outside of the draw distance. So basically, if somebody spotted right here, you can point the gun towards this location, judge the horizon of the gun levels of elevation or depression, and take a snappy, cheeky shot across the map. I do that sometimes, like 10% or 20% of the time it hits. It's hilarious, but yeah, it's fun. I like it. It's also very useful for artillery. It's mostly for artillery, alright? It's not for normal tanks. Also, we want to have the gun traverse lines. It's very important for fixed mounted guns, tank destroyers, the M3 Lee, or artillery. So that's very handy. The gun constraints for the vehicle. You want to have the maximum detection circle. That's a yellow circle. So the maximum view range. The draw distance circle now. So that's a red circle now. And the blue circle is your actual view range of your particular tank, not the maximum. You want to show icons for destroyed vehicles, such as this one for Lakeville. If there are vehicles blocking path right here or right here, you can see it, and you have to go all the way around. But it's very important to save you some time of not going down here and get stuck. So very nice. You want to see full vehicle names, yada yada. Coloring by XVM, so efficiency rating, minimap zoom. So click on the bottom centered. So that's where the minimap pop up. So centered. Now on the bottom right, you want to hit the left catal, the left control key. More visible font for the coordinates, so white for me. You want to have vehicle tiers when you press the Alt button. You want to see version number 4, default XVM hit log, so that tells you the number of damage you dealt in the game. Very good for personal missions where you have to do a certain number of damage, you know, like a tank destroyer or medium tank or something. Hit log position top, yep. Number of lines, 5. Also show hit log or HP when you're pressing the Alt key. So basically, this tells you the last spotted HP of your opponents. It's very good if you're all the way across the map and you see a VK4502B and he has 300 health, but you do not know that. So pressing Alt will tell you the last spotted health of that vehicle. Very nice. So therefore you don't have to waste that many gold shell. So you can choose the different color schemes, whatever, of XVM. The custom icons. Now I'll show you how to make your own icon, but I choose the yellow sign as always. It's very simple. It's only a PNG file, image file, but I'll show you how to make it. You can have a sound effect with it, like a Metal Gear sound, like what? That's a terrible rendition. Alright, the price button in the tech tree for research, nice. The mastery badge in the tech tree, enable gold locker, so these are the lock. Change default currency from gold to credits. This is very important in my opinion because a lot of the times I accidentally, or not that often anymore, but used to, is I would waste gold without knowing it because the default currency is gold and I hate it. So I switched that out to credits. So basically this prevents you from accidentally using gold on something stupid like gold shells. So yeah, very handy, very, very handy. Saves me a lot of trouble and effort. Display hanger clock, yep. Multi-line carousel, only one line for me. I'm just a simple guy. The scale, default. If your eyes are bad, you can have a gigantic scale, but whatever. More info for the icons. Alright. You have a zoom mod. Zoom mods are always important. So I have a 30x zoom. Now there are a few mods that are banned because they're zooming too much. So this is banned on North America and Asia servers. Use to your own discretion, but I'll use the 30x. The 30x is perfectly fine. The normal default is only 8x, which is not that good. I have to have the zoom mod. I cannot point stuff. So 30x for me. Too much is forbidden. So yep. Zoom out to 500 meters away so you can see around the corner. Rest is, you don't need it. You don't need it. Disable gun shake effect. You don't need it. You can read through all of these, but the more stuff you have, the more convoluted it is. You don't really need it. It slows down your computer and drops your frame rates. No need. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Don't need it. Crosshair is the special or simple HARDscope. Makes it look more rustic feeling rather than the high-tech Tron-like whatever this thing is. So too fancy for my World War II era tanks. So yeah, too fancy for me. Don't need it. So yeah. Alright, this is also very important. The battle assistant for artillery. So I already saw this with the GW Tiger P's video, but it changes the views from up to down to a more of a predator missile like a view. So it's very handy for shooting across a building. So sometimes you hit the building, sometimes you don't, but it's very handy. So I choose between clicking on the G or the mouse wheel button. Yeah, very nice. I love it. I've been using it for like a year now. Yeah, it's been a year. Holy crap. You have gun constraints, but it's too fancy for me. You don't really need it. I believe there is a artillery warning button or something, but it's like the armor warfare type. I haven't seen it, but I heard about it. So I wasn't sure if it was legal, but it appears to be warning you of which direction the artillery shell is coming towards or something like that. But it's too much for me to read through, but there might be something good hidden inside here. So if you want to look for it, take your time. But damage panel is, I think it's cheating. So damage panel is basically, it tells you, oh, wait, where's the damage panel thing? So here it is. It tells you who has been shooting you with what type of shells. I believe this is cheating because if you don't spot the vehicle, it's like you're spotting by reading this panel of who's shooting you. So I believe that's kind of cheating. If you want to know what type of shells are shooting at you without hearing the sizzle sound of the gold shells, just use the gold ammo splash with the gold for heat and silver for the APCR, which is coming up, but you do not need this damage panel thing. in my opinion. I believe it's cheating, so I did not have it. So here is the gold ammo visibility mod. So if you're using APCR, it's splash silver. If you're using heat shell, it's splash gold. It's more, you know, fair than the hit log of telling you which shells are being shot at you and whatnot. You can have graphical performance tweaks if your computer is not that good, so disable smoke, disable wreckage. But yeah, I like the smoke effects. I like to make it feel more realistic, so I didn't click on it. Alright, don't need all of these. Nope. Too much stuff, too convoluted, too much. No need. Alright, garage mod. You can have different crews with different icons, but I did not choose any. So you can choose a female crew, anime crew. Yep. I done that, but it's all in the past. Now what's important is the hanger garage. So I forgot to mention, but there was a hanger button right here on the actual screen. And if you click on it, you can choose whichever hanger you like the premium hanger, like the Christmas hanger, or the Halloween hanger, if you like it. So yeah, that's very nice. I forgot to talk about that. Damn it. Oh well, I chose it. So you'll see. There's a special hanger button on this part of the screen. So off the garage. So click on it and you can switch your hanger out. But yeah, small quality of life stuff. Yeah. Okay, sound mods. There's no good decent sound mods yet for this version of Aslain's XVM mod pack. So choose the up sound for the gun reload, and that's basically it. So once you've done all of those, we're done. Okay, we're done almost. Click on next. Now if you have mods already, so click on normal install. If you have no mods, or if you want to get rid of every mod, click on clean install. Simple enough. And click on next to install everything. And once you do that, that's all the XVM, the crosshair stuff, the special tweaks and stuff like that, the gold shells. That's all, everything set. All you have to do is add the sound mods afterwards, but that's a big chunk. XVM is one of the biggest chunk of modding you have to do. So that's all right? So click on next and you'll install everything. So we're done with that. All right, yeah. I'll quit because I don't have it. Alright, so next is tweaking with all the mods. You already have the HARDscope crosshair mod. You have to tweak it a little bit, but I'll provide you with my file if you don't have Notepad++. But what you have to do is go to Word Tanks, go to Res Mod, go to 0.9.12, go to GUI, go to Scale Form, and see this HARDscope settings. You have to modify it, edit with Notepad++, and Control F, type in shadow. And you have to add this value 100 to the shadow alpha. What this do is add the black circle silhouette to your zoom in gun screen or sights. So it makes it more realistic or dynamic than the just zooming in with the crosshair. So it makes it feel like you're actually looking through a periscope and aiming the gun with the rustic feeling of an old crosshair, so it feels more authentic. All right, you have to do that. If you do not have Notepad++, I'll provide you with this file. So take the file and place it into this part of the folder. All right, it's very important, but it's not that hard to do. It's a small file, only 42 kilobytes. That's super small. So yeah, that's all the stuff you have to do. And once you've done all those, let's work on the sound mod. So for the sound mods, go to your res folder first. So Word Tanks, res, and copy this audio folder. So copy and paste it into your res mods 0.9.12. So paste it right here. So do that. Overwrite anything, just do it. Once you've done that, extract the engine, gun sounds, and hit sound files from the ones you downloaded. So it will be 3 files right here. Go to hit sounds first, so go to resmod and copy this folder into 0.9.12, copy and paste it here, simple enough. Go to engine sound, copy the files from 0.9.12 and paste it right here, simple enough. Go to your gun sounds, copy from the main files, go to resmod, copy this, paste it right here, and don't forget, go back to config and copy the first one. Or you can choose between each one of these, but I choose the first one. And copy this resmods 0.9.12 and paste it right here. So after you've done all of those, it should work. Simple enough. If you found that you do not like the sound mods, go to resmod and delete everything. Everything in the resmod is not essential for the game to run, so to speak. So basically it's a modding folder. Whatever you put into this folder could be just deleted and the game will still run normally. So that's very, very handy, I guess. But once you do all the sound mods and place it here, that's pretty much it. Simple enough, right? So once you have the sound mods for Craig's Troopers gun sounds, here is the setting for the audio. If this thing will pop up. Pop up! Thank you. Click multiple times. Damn it. So as you can see, I changed the audio. 15 for the general volume, 70, 100, 20, 24-ish, 80, 80. So this prevents your eardrums from blowing out. Alright, so that's what I have. But you can tweak it based on your own preference, whatever. So that's the settings for the audio. Now once you've done all of that, we have two more things. One is the skin mods, and the other one is the 6th Sense mod, or 6th Sense icon. So let's take care of the vehicle's skin mod. So go to res mod, go to 0.9.12, and there should be no vehicles folder if you do not have a vehicle's skin mod already in the game. So basically this is your skin mod. You can download skin mods from the internet however you want, but it usually fits single def vehicles, so vehicles without the high definition rework. Once you download the vehicle files, just copy and paste it into this folder right here. So you have a different nationality, such as Americans with the different nations. So different vehicles have different files. And once you download the file from the internet and paste it right here, that's all you have to do to add the skin for the vehicles. If you do not like the skin, you can just click on it and delete it. And that's basically it. Simple enough, right? I'll provide you with all the skins I've been using in the description of this video. So as always, you can use my skins if you want, but if you like more skins on the internet, go browse until your heart's content. So that's how you add skin mods. It's very simple. So if you don't have the vehicles folder, just add a vehicles folder, make a new one, make a new folder, and just name it vehicles. And that's pretty much it. And lastly, finally, the 6th Sense icon. So go to your res mod, go to mods, go to share resources, go to XVM, go to res, and this is your 6th Sense icon. It's a PNG file, so you can change it into any other picture that you want. So basically, Google image, like always, Selena Gomez. And we want to have a PNG file of her. So yeah, Selena Gomez. Holy crap, she looks so old in this. What the frick? Just take any picture, doesn't matter. Just okay. Just okay. Choose this one, I guess. So once you have it, view image. It takes forever. Come on, Selena Gomez, and save image as 6th Sense.png. Save. And there you go. That's your new 6th Sense icon. So drag and drop it into right here. Copy and replace. And that's pretty much it. So Selena Gomez will become your 6th Sense icon. Now, if you have Photoshop, you can obviously make a better picture yourself, because 6th Sense icons usually have the transparent background. You can see the transparent background denoted by, okay, it's white here, but whatever. You can see that there's a transparent background on Selena Gomez. Same goes for this icon. So if you have Photoshop, you can make a better PNG file, but if you don't, then it will become a whitish background. So whatever. But that's how to make 6th Sense icon in a ballpark, in a nutshell, or general ballpark of how to do it. And there you go, folks. Another long video for mod videos. It always takes like 40 minutes or so to make a mod video. Jesus Christ. It's usually me explaining stuff like over and over again for every new update, but it's basically the same stuff all the time. So Oh boy, 40 minutes of me talking. I'm parched. But thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Душа моя пустая, я тьму превозмогая, вновь кричу.